Nehru realized that without keeping good relations with neighbors, India could not sustain. And without cooperation, without business, without cultural ties, how India could survive in the world? That is why, under the leadership of Nehru, he adopted a policy of non alignment. And non alignment is such a policy which, uh, which keeps India alone, which keeps India equally distant from both belligerent groups. Right. So, it was a very good policy, and India's non alignment policy was based on 5 principles. Those are called Panchsheel policy. And this Panchsheel, what is Panchsheel policy? See, the Panchsheel is based on 5 principles, right? What are these 5 principles? First, mutual respect for each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. You see, whether the world can prosper and live peacefully with this policy or not. See, mutual respect, if all the countries are having mutual respect for each other's territorial integrity, if we do not infringe in others' land, if we do not interfere in others' land, if we do not attack others' land, if we do not try to break the sovereignty of others' land, then there will be eternal peace, there will be eternal prosperity, there will be eternal eternal peace in the minds of the people, isn't it? So, very good policy. The first one, you see, the first policy, first principle is mutual respect for each other's territorial integrity and sovereignty. Remember. Second, non-aggression against each other. If India does not attack Pakistan, if China does not infringe into India's land, if Russia does not attack Ukraine, if there is no war, if any country keeps abstain from attacking others, or non-aggression, this non-aggression policy can keep eternal peace in the world, isn't it? Third, non-interference in others' internal affairs. Should we interfere in others' affairs? No, we should not. Whatever you are doing within your territory, within your sovereign area, that is yours. You do this, you can do this. I, being an outsider, cannot interfere and should not interfere. Whenever I will try to interfere in others' land, in others' activities, others' affairs, other countries' affairs, there will create problem. That is why, by abstaining or non-interference in each other's internal affairs, there can be peaceful coexistence. There can be peace. There can be no war zone. There can be no war in the world, isn't it? Fourth, equality and mutual benefit. We should treat each other. Maybe some countries are big, some countries are small. Some countries are prosperous, some countries are less prosperous. Some countries are developed, some countries are non-developed. Some countries are with high human development index, some are not. Right? So, whatever it may be, if we give equality, if we consider them as equal partners, and if we respect them equally, then there must be mutual benefit. Everybody has something to give and take from anyone. You may be big, you may be small, you may be rich, you may be poor. That doesn't matter, right? Everybody has something to give and take. And number 5 principle is peaceful coexistence. Wherever we are, what is our land, what is our geographical land, we will try to remain within our land, right? So, peaceful coexistence, with the principle of peaceful coexistence, there will never be any war, never be any war. So, we should maintain, we should respect all the countries in the world. I tell all the countries in the world to abide by this principle of peaceful coexistence, right? These principles of international relations are really epoch making. that unheard and authentic and acceptable craftsmanship for maintaining a peaceful and sovereign world order. Right. Now, I would say solution to global crisis through Indian philosophy. How Indian philosophy is effective in solution of a global crisis. See, let me put forward a very recent example. During the ongoing war in Ukraine, a fuel depot in Russia was burst into flames on 25 April 2022. Right. A surveillance video captured the bright streaks of rockets fired from low-flying helicopters. A fire broke out at Military Research Institute near Moscow. Additional fuel tanks have also been exploded. Russia had accused Ukraine for carrying out the helicopter strike, and military analysts had suggested that Ukrainian sabotage was very likely responsible for the other fires. In response, Oleksiy Arestovich, an advisor to Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky's chief of staff, neither confirmed nor denied the act of whole thing. What did he say? He said that he said, what did he say? He said that if you decide to attack another country, commit mass murder, crush peaceful people with tanks, and to support murder using warhouses in your region, then sooner or later the time will come to repay the debt. So, the disarmament of the killers' warehouses in Belgorod and Voronezh regions is just completely a wholesome, natural process. Karma is a harsh thing. What is the karma? Is a harsh thing. See, what did he say? He told about karma. The utterance of the very word karma and its harsh results indicate the Indian philosophy of Buddhism and Hinduism. The war in Ukraine was initiated unilaterally by Vladimir Putin, the Russian president. By sending troops to Ukraine and attacking sovereign country, Mr. Putin was not only broke international law and international normalcy and peace. We find that Putin is a violator of international law. Only because of him, millions of Ukrainians lost their homes, children missed their schools and studies. Many schools were burned, hospitals were shelled, and patients died in hospitals due to lack of oxygen, medicine, and doctors. Soldiers had to sacrifice their lives. Agriculture, industry, and trade dried up. Many buildings crushed, and life and relations turned disabled. See? This is an example of bad karma of Vladimir Putin, which was originated from his anger with Ukraine. He must suffer either today or tomorrow in the hands of God for his bad karma. Let me cite a few more examples of bad karma. The Bhagavad Gita has narrated the causes and consequences of bad karma. The following sloka or verse traces out the step by step the causes of desire, anger, attachment, illusion, loss of memory, loss of wisdom, and ultimately death. The sloka is like this: Shangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Kradha Vijayate Kradhat Bhavati Shammoho Shammohat Sriti Vibhrama Sriti Bhramshad Buddhinasho Buddhinashat Pranashyati. This has been taken from Gita Rasamrita, has been published from Gita Press, Gorakhpur, page 7. From the above sloka, we can learn the eternal truth of life. This philosophy of anger and death is ultimate and can be applicable in every person's life. Also, it is appropriate for family, society, and country. This sloka narrates that from the materialistic thoughts, that is Shangat, born out attachment or desire,